The narcissist love bombing, why it is so easy for us to fall for it, and why it's so difficult to raise awareness about love bombing. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support. If you are new to the channel, this channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with throughout your life, how to handle those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to recover from narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. So when it comes to love bombing isn't only done with an intimate partner. Bosses, friends, parents can also love bomb. Any narcissist can love bomb. The difficulty of an adult child of a narcissistic parent is that narcissistic parents wasn't always cruel to them. They didn't always belittle them. Some will have gone and showered them with gifts. Some will have showered them with time and attention and treated them really well, treated them better than anyone ever has 1 minute, to treat them worse than anyone ever had the other minute. So we become confused as to whether they are our hero, whether they do actually care because, well, they did this for me then, or do they not care because they really did hurt me then, but then they gaslight into making it out to be our fault. When it comes to love bombing, narcissists can offer a lot of flattery, which is lots of insincere praise to get their own needs met, which we do often mistake for compliments. And a compliment is a genuine admiration to a quality or an accomplishment from someone. And a child of a narcissist, if they've done something that's impressed the narcissist, they will be full of flattery, which seems like a genuine compliment to that child, because the child has pleased the narcissist. The narcissist, if they're getting the right amount of attention from a partner, they might be full of compliments because the narcissist is feeling like they're getting the admiration they believe they deserve, yet they're only offering that flattery as a means to exploit people. Another form of love bombing is lavishing people with excessive gifts, buying people that attention, buying people that admiration, buying people that obligation to the narcissist. The receiving of gifts is a form of one of our love languages, and gifts can vary from person to person. It can be just those love letters, it can be a crate of beer, it can be a bottle of wine, it can be a holiday. The giving and receiving of gifts varies from people to people. With a narcissist, they will often give those excessive gifts in order to exploit people, in order to create that obligation within those around, so that people feel guilty if they don't do what the narcissist says, because after all, last week they took them there and they did this for them. And as people do that in life to life, people do treat people out of the goodness of their own heart. It's very difficult to recognize that when somebody's doing it to use people's emotions against them. So when people are guilt tripping by saying, I did this for you, what about when? What about this? When they are guilt tripping, they are not doing these things out of their goodness of their heart. They're doing it to exploit people. When a narcissist wants to spend all their time with you, and many people can and do want to spend time with those they love. Many people can be busy and preoccupied with other things. So we can class it as normal that 1 minute somebody is there and the next minute they have obligations that they have to see to. With a narcissist, they will circle around a set amount of people, now and again bringing a new person into the mix, to exploit those people. And when that person isn't meeting a need of the narcissist, they will drop that person and move on to another person. What we can often find here is when a narcissistic person is doing this, they will come to you and talk badly of the other person that they have been with, that so-called friends of theirs. They will stand there and be speaking really poorly of that person that one minute they were just incredibly friendly with. They will be holding so many grudges against that person, and they will be happy to talk to you about it. And those who are willing to talk to you about others will be talking to others about you. Those who are genuinely busy, yes, we can all gossip, we can all make the mistake of gossip, but most people that gossip would feel that sense of remorse and wouldn't do it again. So those people who are genuinely busy wouldn't then suddenly turn up to you saying that they've done something to them, causing that divide and conquer and that triangulation. A narcissist comes to you when that other person hasn't met their need, wanting commitment from you, wanting you to commit to what they want to do. Yes, people can want to know what they are doing and when they are doing it, so people can push people for answers. With a narcissist, they will throw an almighty tantrum if they don't get their own way, and this is usually when the guilt trips come into play, because they want your answer there and then, and when you don't give it to them, they are going to sulk, they are going to silent treatment, they are going to project, they are going to blame shift, they're going to come at you with all the words such as it's not all about you, in order to get their own needs met. Whereas most people can understand that somebody might need some time, they might be busy. If you're arranging something for the Saturday and the other person might have plans, you can understand if the other person says, oh, I'll get back to you on that, and you can give them a bit of time and a bit of patience. And if they have plans, you can be, oh, well, what about the Saturday after? What about the, and you can come to an agreement. A narcissist will sulk how you're not putting their needs first. The quick involvement. A narcissist is always rushing you into that quick involvement because they want you to feel understood by them. They want you to build that connection. They want you to lose touch with those around you so that they can isolate you from support, because they fear abandonment in some way. So they don't want to risk losing you, because at that present moment in time, they see something of value within you that they can use. So they're going to want to spend all their time with you, getting to know who you are as a person, so that they can mirror you, so that they can sell all your hopes, your dreams and your hobbies straight back at you, so that they can create that ideal, create that false future with you. And as it's because they're wanting to exploit something from you and not because what the narcissist genuinely wants out of their life, they're never going to deliver these things, because it's not who they are as a person. They want to get to know you so that they can use you against yourself. They don't want to get to know you for who you are as a person, which is why it's always wise to slow things down, to get to know people for who they really are. And just because people aren't the same or people differ doesn't necessarily mean that they're a negative or a toxic person. It just means people's values are different, people's beliefs are different. As long as people aren't going around exploiting or destroying other people's lives, they're entitled to have a different belief system. When a narcissist is selling our hopes back to us, when they're selling our dreams back to us, when they're liking all our likes and disliking all our dislikes, we feel understood by them, like we've never been understood by anybody before. Our values match, our beliefs match, what we want out of life match. And then when they're coming saying that they feel like they've never met anyone like you before, we often feel the same. We often feel like, well, we've never really met anyone like you before. No one's ever got me quite like you get me. Not understanding that it's all the narcissist manipulation. And quite often throughout life, we have people saying, oh, it's just the honeymoon stage, or it's just the excitement of a new relationship. We have romantic movies where people get swept off their feet and it seems like dreams are coming true. And for some people, for two genuine people that meet and connect, this can happen. When you are an empathetic person that cares about other people, meeting somebody who wants to exploit other people, a narcissist is going to use this very belief system against you. So when people try to explain that love bombing is quick involvement, wanting to spend time with each other, texting people, flattery, gifts, this is what people can do anyway. So that in itself is just two people getting into a relationship. Where it comes to love bombing is when you start to feel like it's intense. You start to feel like it's far too good to be true. You start to feel overwhelmed. You start to fear saying no to them. You start to fear upsetting them, and you should never fear upsetting someone by being yourself. If you are not ready to do something and you say no to that person and that person uses that no against you, that is a magical sign that you needed to say no to that person in the first place. They're going to throw a tantrum because you said no in the early days. You don't want to know what they're going to throw further into the relationship. And don't go saying no to people just for the sake of saying no, but stand true to who you are as a person. Stand true to your values, your beliefs. If something doesn't sit with you, you don't have to change who you are as a person to suit another person, because in that way you're only going to lose yourself, and eventually you're only going to lose that other person. With a narcissist, they are envious of something about you. Whether they love is different from person to person. The meaning of love is different from person to person. With a narcissist, however they love, they see some form of quality within us, and when we lose that quality, believing we're pleasing them, they often lose their interest within us. Yet if they're not getting their own way with us, they lose their interest within us. So the best thing to do is stay true to who you are as a person, and then let people that aren't for you walk out a lot sooner than being dragged through the cycle of love bombing, idolization, devalue, discard, hoover, smear campaign, repeat, love bombing, which is what narcissistic people do, be it children, be it parents, be it friends, be it siblings. Narcissistic people repeat that same cycle of love bombing people in one way or another, offering those breadcrumbs of false hope, offering those intermittent reinforcements, and then devaluing the person, withholding attention, affection, support, neglecting people so that people feel grateful for those breadcrumbs, devaluing people, destroying people's self-esteem, destroying people's confidence, destroying people's ability to think for themselves, to achieve the things that they are capable of achieving. So when it comes to love bombing, yes, it can be the honeymoon stage of a relationship. It can also be the love bombing stage of the relationship. If you are happy at the pace that things are going, if the other person is happy at the pace of things are going, and it's just excitement and fun, then yes, you can roll with it. But if you're wanting to take a step back, take it slow, get to know the other person, and the other person is willing to listen to your point of view as you'd be willing to listen to their point of view, then you can also take that approach. If you want to take a step back and they're not willing to listen to you, It's time to become aware that you're entering the danger zone. If you say no to them again and they throw a major tantrum, that's a lesson that this person might not be the best person for you. And if you say no and they throw another major tantrum, it's a sign that they're only going to ever take advantage of your emotions to meet a need of their own. If anyone has, there's lots of different signs of the love bombing. So to sort of make a glossary in the comments, please add the signs you notice of love bombing from the narcissist that was in your life. I shall add into the description the other video which explains into a lot more detail the actual love bombing technique that a narcissist will use on people. And I'll also add the video on boundaries, values and beliefs to help give you more understanding on creating those. Thank you very much for listening, and go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have a good day. Bye.